Hello everybody and welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In today's video we are going to be talking about Keep 9. We're going to do the usual where I discuss the building requirements, the resource requirements. We're going to talk about what buildings and features have been unlocked so far at the stage. We're going to start to think ahead to future keep levels, a quick sneak peek. And we're also going to do some general recommendations and commentary for what you might be choosing to do at this time in Evony. So far we've just been building up our keep, doing prerequisite buildings, and that's really going to continue all the way till about Keep 11, where we have to make some choices on how we're going to proceed. But for now, it's pretty straightforward. So for looking at the keep requirements for Keep 9, we have, of course, the walls, always the walls. So walls 8 for Keep 9. And we also are looking at our army camp. And army camp is the little building with your resource tiles. You were forced to build it a while back. You can see it right there in the video. So you need to have at least one army camp up to level 8, and that will allow you to build the Keep 9. The resource requirements for the keep itself is in the range of about 150 to 170,000 of each of the 3 resources that we have unlocked at the moment. And then if you add in the Army Camp 8 and the Walls 8, well then now you're up to about 250,000 of each of those 3 resources. Still not that big. It should still easily be covered just by the chests that you get out of, upgrading things and doing your daily activity and so on. It's not a whole lot of resources right now. The buildings that you get unlocked around this keep level are your embassy and your war hall. Just a quick note on what each of those are. Embassy takes care of alliance activity things like you used to have to go into the triple dot menu or the alliance thing where you would go and click help for your alliance members. You'll no longer have to do that. You'll have a building that will have the help icon right at the top, so you can just click on the building and it helps everybody all at once. It also is what determines how many reinforcements you can take in, and there's a couple other very small functions of the embassy that you might want to know. And if you do want to know more about the embassy, then take a look at the building spotlight video for that building. You can also take a look at the one for the war hall too. War hall is kind of the opposite type of building. It's not about reinforcement. It's about how much you can rally. So if you are setting an alliance war on a boss or on another player, it's how many other players' troops are able to join you in that march. So if you have a very low war hall, it's going to be a very low number, but if it's bigger, then it will be bigger. All right. So on to unlocked features. I discussed this unlocked feature, the patrol, earlier in a previous video, in the Keep 8 video, and that's because it doesn't unlock with the Keep level, it unlocks with walls becoming 8. So that happens for you right around this time. And you can see that right now in the video. There's some patrolling going on right now. So you would find that in your walls, there's a now unlocked button for patrol. And really the way that you want to do it is you want to refresh if you don't like what's already there. And you want to click Gems Patrol when you want to purchase whatever pops up. Now, patrolling is very, very important because you are able to get a lot of the Monarch gear that you need to upgrade pretty much everything out there. So I highly suggest that if you have excess gems at the moment and excess gold, that you choose to do quite a bit of patrolling. And I like to suggest that you get at least to Monarch gear level 3 or 4, preferably if you're able to, for construction and research helms. Those are going to be very impactful for a lot of what we're going to be doing. It's not essential to get it up to 4. You'll get it at 4 fairly soon. Don't use all your gold and all your gems because you need it for other things, like gold is going to be required for research. But if you can squeeze out some crowns and stuff, that would be very beneficial. Okay, so enough about patrol. Let's start to think ahead for future keeps. So we have that continued military research that we have to be focusing on. And remember, you're not doing all the military research, you're just doing the minimum requirements to move your way down the tier list so that you can approach the required one for a future keep level. And you can see it's like a glowing one, so you can check out how far down you are. And if you can't reach it just yet, or you can't proceed, it's probably because you haven't upgraded your academy. So you might want to upgrade your academy a level to continue with that. And if you are as far as you can get, if this is a Keep 9 video, then your academy will only be up to 8. If you're at 8 and you've gone as far as you possibly can with research in the military tab, then you might want to switch over to the advancement and work on construction speed and research speed, and then dip into the production speeds as well. All right, so after that, we have to also concern ourselves with actual building requirements. So for Keep 10, the next one, you will need to have your warehouse up to Warehouse 9. That's one of those buildings I suggest that you continue to keep maxed, and you'll find out why in a couple of videos. Hospital 10 is going to be required for Keep 11, and then you're going to need Workshop 11 for Keep 12. Some general recommendations and commentary now. So I've already talked about prioritizing that minimum requirements to move down the list on military research. Continue to do that. And I also suggest that with your Cleopatra that you received earlier, that you use you do some cultivation on her, but only focusing on the leadership aspect. You can ignore everything else. It can stay bad stats. If you see green when you're cultivating on research, even if everything else is red, take it. Just build that leadership skill as much as possible, and that will increase the march speed for that general. And you're going to do this later for other generals as well that are double drop that you're not going to be using for actually attacking, that you're just going to be joining other boss rallies. For those, all you need is march speed, so just do that. You don't have to worry about skill books and stuff either, because the Cleopatras will eventually be replaced. And they've already got the double drop book. That's a nice thing about the Cleopatra. Okay, another thing to discuss is building troops. I've mentioned that you can build, as you see right here, just some basic troops to fulfill the daily activity requirements. It's not necessary that you do that, but because you're really going to be getting rid of those troops fairly soon anyway. But it does give you a little bit of a boost in the daily activity, so I do suggest that you do that. Just don't invest very much. You don't want to go ahead and start building a big military, because you will lose it. So just do the minimum requirements for the daily activity and you are good there. Another thing is to start to look at your talents. So you can already see the ones that I'm choosing here over in the talent tree. So focus more on supporting growth and resource production and so on. You can take a look down the tree, but it goes pretty slow. So just pay attention to what it is. You can always change it in the future. And you're also going to have 2 different Monarch gear sets that you're allowed to swap back and forth from. So don't worry so much if you make a mistake or if you don't know what to do. Just focus on what you think is best for growth, building, research, that sort of thing. All right. And lastly, again, if you have extra gold or gems or so on, you should be doing what you're seeing right here. You should be looking for Monarch gear in your patrol on the walls. It's a very useful thing to do. All right, thank you very much for watching the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you do like it. And if you are considering becoming a member, a channel member of the Miser's Guide to Evony, it does really support the channel. And I very much appreciate everyone that does decide to be a member. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.